You guys hear that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys know the purpose of the call is really to talk about the law of attraction. You know, that's the foundation of my coaching practice. It's the foundation of really how I live my life, you know, and how I encourage, you know, other people to live theirs too. So I do want to start with the basics of it for those who may not know. And then once I get through the basics, I really want you guys to just, you know, ask me anything, you know, just, even if it's something about where you are or something that you're not clear about. I really want to open it up so that way you guys can really talk to me, and then you can co-create a different result, or co-create a better result, or co-create the reality that you want, if you will. So is everybody familiar with the law of attraction?
What? With the what?
The law of attraction.
The law of attraction?
Yes. Is everybody familiar with it?
Yes, your thoughts bring about, create your reality. Because thoughts can be measured. It's an actual energy. And everything on the earth is an energy, or it vibrates at a certain frequency. Nothing on the earth is solid. And so, being that you can measure your thoughts, you can attract things to you, either negative or positively.
Right. And you know, and again, this is gonna. I'm hearing myself. Does somebody have me on speaker?
Me too. I'm hearing you too.
Yes,
I've been hearing since I came on.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Andre?
Yes. Who is this?
Okay. This is Ginger.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Yes, I hear you.
Okay.
But I'm hearing myself as well.
Oh shit! We got right out.
So I'll tell you what we could do. If you're not planning on speaking right now, if you guys can mute your phone, that'll be perfect. And when you do have something to say, if you could just, I would really love it if you unmute and go ahead and say what you have to say. But me hearing myself is throwing me off just a little bit. And Ginger, was that you speaking?
Yeah, that was me speaking.
Oh.
I was saying that everything everything that we see isn't really solid. It's an energy. MC equals, what is it? MC equals, I forgot what the Einstein theory was. Oh, wow. But everything is an energy, and your thoughts are an energy. And because of that, you can attract positive or negative energies to you, which create your reality. Is that correct?
That is correct. And again, this is going to be my last time saying this because I don't want to feel like I am justifying who I am or how I think. So I'm just going to be, you guys are going to get a lot of truth with this conversation, okay? So with that being said, I would say the reason why I appreciate the law of attraction or the concept of the law of attraction, because it offers people like me to share in a more generic way, if you will. Because really, we could say God, we could say the universe, we could say source, we could say all these things. So at the end of the day, if it's God for you, it's God for you. Because it's God for me, right? It is God for me. For me, though, to teach or to share, it may not be God for everybody. So it allows me that space to, call it different things. But at the end of the day, regardless if you call it source, if you call it God, if you call it what we're calling it now, the law of attraction, to me it's the same. So the first step in the law of attraction, I think all of you know, is to ask. Right? Just to ask for what we want, The law of attraction says that, the Bible says that, just ask, right? And one thing that I want to talk about asking, because I feel a lot of people get confused about it, asking is really just getting clear about what you want. The moment you get clear about what you want, you are asking, right? So I think that people just come across people that feel like they have to physically ask. And you don't. And it's okay that you do, but you don't. The moment that you get clear, you're asking. But this is another trick to that too. Is if you feel, again, with the law of attraction and the Bible, if you feel like you have to ask over and over and over again, then that's not a question of asking or even receiving. It's a question of believing, right?
Okay. Now that you say it, I agree. Because I do ask over and over again. I'm thinking maybe my clarity isn't right.
No, see, and if you keep asking over and over again, then you're not believing that it's going to come to you. So my advice is to ask and then wait. Because the next step, so the first step is ask, the next step is believe. And see, that's how you see how that goes hand in hand. So you have to ask for what you want. You have to believe that it's going to be given to you or revealed to you or however you want to put that. And then you have to, the last step is receive. You have to wait. But if you're asking over and over again, what you're sending out to the universe or what you're telling God is that I don't believe that you heard me the first time.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter how you ask, if that makes sense. And it really would be better. You want and be excited about it. If that makes sense. And if you guys have watched I don't know if you've seen the movie or read the book, but the example that they gave was if you order something out of a magazine, say, okay, you have an order magazine or order something online these days, right? You order something online. You place the order, it submits, you get your confirmation email. And then what do? You just wait. You just wait until it arrives, and it gives you an estimated arrival time. But you wait for it to arrive. You don't order it again.
Right.
Like, why would you order it again? Because you believe that it's on the way because you paid your money. But you do believe that it's on the way, so you just wait for it to get there. You don't order it 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this helping anybody?
Yeah. Yes, it is. I mean, I know what it is, but sometimes it's hard because sometimes you don't think you're in the flow. You don't realize you're in the flow of things, and maybe you are, and things because you keep wanting to put how you want it to turn out and the way you want it to turn out in the mix. Like for me, I know I can't figure out how I'm going to get the things that I want. So in the middle of me asking for things and waiting for it to happen, I think I inadvertently try to make things happen and get disappointed when they don't happen because I'm not, I take myself out of the flow of letting things come to me because honestly, I didn't believe this stuff at first, but then, I put it to the test, and every time I put it to the test and really kind of concentrate on how to do it and you do it right, it does work. So I'm like, you know what? And even the Bible says things like, you're supposed to think of things. I forgot the verse. I think it's Philippians. I'm not sure. It says you're supposed to think of things that are basically lovely, things that are happy, things that are good. It basically tells you that right there. We call it law of attraction, but it's part of the Bible. God wants you to think of things that are positive because it brings positive things to you. Right. I wish I could remember the verse, but basically it does work because when you think of things positively, for me, it seems it turns things around. It does take some effort when you're in a rut, but it does work.
Right, and I agree with everything you said. And one thing that I experienced talking to people, clients and people that's not my clients, just talking in general, is what we do as humans, if you will, what we do is we connect a whole lot of things to action. And that's the thing that I see that holds a lot of people back because what they'll say without realizing that they're saying is, I can't do this until this happens. And my question is, who said that, right? Who said that? I mean, if you really believe in God, he doesn't need something to happen in order for something else to happen. He can just give it to you because he wants to and because you're worthy of it, right? So it doesn't have to be this has to happen in order for this to happen. And a lot of people do that, So if anybody on this call does that, I would encourage you to try to kind of get away from doing that and just believing that anything can happen at any time, right? So if you're not feeling good, that you can feel better. If you are in a situation that's not so pleasant and you're wanting something different, just believe that something different to happen. Not say, well, when I get on my feet, then I can. Or when I get a new job, then I can. Or when I get the relationship that I want, I can, right? Because that's putting limits on God, and it's putting limits on you. It's putting limits on what you can receive is what it is. And you also said something about, I wrote it down. Oh, the how, right? And the how is huge. And if you notice, the how is not part of the process, and it's not one of the steps. It's only 3 steps, right? It's ask, believe, and receive. Not 4 is not figure out how to do it. Right? Because if you truly believe what we say if you truly believe what we say we believe, then the how will be revealed, and it will be revealed, and it also will be inspired. And with it being revealed and inspired, that will also it'll be easy too.
And because I've been trying to study it for a couple years now, I'm only just learning this since I've been doing life coaching with you. To follow your bliss and kind of like have things revealed to you. I'm still very new to that because I haven't been doing it right. And I promise everybody on this conference call, it really works. And I just wanted to mention the Bible verse. I'm a Christian, but I'm just saying in the Bible, and you don't have to be Christian. I'm just saying in the Bible it actually says to think of good things, and that verse is Philippians 4:8. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. So again, I just really wanted to build a foundation, right? And I could go in, and I probably will, but I just want to kind of press pause and see if anybody has any questions for me as it relates to where we are right now.
No, I'm just learning new things and listening and enjoying them for the very first time.
Rosalind, you're quiet.
I know. I was thinking, my wheels are turning, and as far as when you ask, when I ask, I believe, and when when you have goals, like as far as the business, as far as our business goals, and say we don't reach the business goals that certain month, because we write down our goals like every month. So do we rewrite those goals down when we do not hit that particular goal? Is that asking for it again? Because we do, we go through a plan review and we, just kind of redo some goals. So if we ask for it again, is that are we supposed to be doing that as far as business goals are concerned?
Well, I would say this to that. It's not about even asking for it again because you're clear about what you want. It's just trusting that it's still going to happen. It may not even, watch me connect the two, right? It may not happen when you want it, right?
Oh,
okay. You see what I'm saying? But it will happen. So it's not, you don't even have to ask me, and you're clear, and you can still be grateful what was, right? But what was is not going to be what is, if that makes sense. So I can still be grateful for this, although I fell short, or although it looks or it seems as if I fell short, I'm still going to get it, right? I'm still going to get it. So what's in my vibration, or what am I feeling that's keeping it from away right now? Because this is the thing, too. A lot of people are asking for a whole lot of things, but at the same time, we don't really look at our current reality and say, am I really ready to receive what I'm asking for? Like how does that fit?
Mm-hmm.
And we could say, well, we want to win the lottery, win $1 million, whatever the case may be. Really, right now, do you really want to? Yeah, it'll help a whole lot of things, but would it help you? It'll help the material stuff, but would it help you? So are you really ready to receive that kind of money?
Right.
No, so you could be broke again? No. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about, the material things. So did that help?
That helped a lot. It really did. Okay,
so again, it's not about asking again. It's just about believing in the timing, his timing, not our timing. Like I say, his time, the universal timing. It's about that timing. It's not about our timing.
Okay.
And then to connect it a little further, that's where faith comes in at, right? That's where faith and that's where believing. So you connect to faith and believing, because if he gave it to us every single time we asked, as soon as we asked, there will be no need for faith.
Right. Okay. Oh, I love it.
Right? And then we'll have a whole bunch of stuff we ain't got room for. So where we going to put it all? So you see how I'm really kind of jumping back and forth, right? I'm in between the two, but it's really all the same. So yeah, I would just believe that it's coming. And I would also stay open, because, you know, you're talking to a business person too, right? I stay open to inspired action, right? So I may ask myself, because I ask myself the same kind of questions that I ask you all, is, okay, is there anything that I could have done different? And if so, what is that? And I don't like beat myself up about it. I don't do anything. I write the question down, and I may be doing something, you know, around the house or whatever, and then it comes to me, then I go back to that same paper and I answer it. So I don't force anything.
Okay.
Because really what I'm doing, if you think about it, I'm asking the question, I'm believing that the answer is going to come, and then I receive it, and then I write it down. I don't force anything.
Okay.
This call was inspired.
Right.
This call was inspired. It's like, I appreciate them so much, right? And I'm going to talk myself through this process and share this. Like, I appreciate them so much, right? And honestly, at the end of the day, they're paying me. And what I'm seeing happening is they're spending a whole lot of their time and their money talking about the law of attraction when I'd rather be spending that time on them. So how can I level the playing field, right? How can I be even more fair and still passionate at the same time? Because for me, it ain't really about the money anyway, you know? So it's like, okay, so let's use this time to share. So then when you could take away and come back to your one-on-one personal private session, then we could talk about different things. And we don't have to spend this time and that time or your money talking about this. So what can I do? Oh, well, you can have a conference call. Okay, well, cool. Let's do it.
Nice.
I realized that when you, trying not to figure out the how things are going to come to be, I find that it makes you just really be aware of your thoughts and just be aware of what's going on in your life so that you can react when the opportunity hits. Because I think I sometimes gloss through life and not really am aware of some certain opportunities that come my way until after it's passed. And then I'm kicking myself. I'm like, man, there's another opportunity that I missed. So I find it's really difficult for me now, but I'm learning to be just more aware of my thoughts constantly, not to the point where it's just driving me mad, but just to a point where I'm just more aware how I'm thinking and what's transpiring about me so that I can take that action when it comes. Like today, honestly, for the past few days, I've been feeling pretty crummy. And, I had an inspired thought. I took action. I sent an email to someone that I'm trying to do business with, and they responded, and he inspired me a lot and gave me some really good hope that, things are going to start moving in my direction that I want it to be. And, I'm going to attribute that to the law of attraction just by, I acted on a positive thought, and it's bringing about things that I want to happen. So, it's just the beginning, but for me, I just wanted to share that, that's the hard part for me is just trying to be aware of the opportunities that come when you try to turn your thoughts positively and just be aware of the opportunities that are coming your way and act on it. That's where I'm struggling, but I am getting better at that.
Thank you. Right. And that's the same thing I'm struggling with myself, too.
Mm-hmm. It's hard because it takes work. I think it just takes work for you to, because I think I'm used to just kind of, you kind of do what you normally do, but if you take the, if you're just more aware of thoughts, right, just being more aware of your thoughts. It takes work, but maybe for some people it doesn't. Just for me right now it does, and I'm just hoping that it turns around where I can just be on that going downstream, like Andre says, and I think we've all probably experienced going downstream where everything just kind of falls into place and it's easy, and things come to you and thoughts come to you that are like, oh yeah, because I think a lot of the times this week I had been going upstream, but I relish when I'm going downstream and things are just clicking and coming into play. And it's just the beginning, but I'm looking forward to swimming downstream, making it easy.
I hear you. And I just want to share that I was experiencing the same things, just, and after speaking to Andre, just realizing that I can choose my thoughts and I can reset my thoughts and, choose a good thought. So that's what I've been practicing, if I get a bad thought or a not so good thought, a negative thought, I reset and I acknowledge that, but I choose a good thought. So I think that helps me a lot. That helps.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, it works. It's amazing. It works. It's amazing.
It does.
Okay, so I appreciate y'all have no idea. I really appreciate all the sharing, right? And you guys know how I do. I listen to everything you say, and I take notes, and I bring it back. Clean it up if need be, or we could just kind of just reflect on it. So one thing that you said, Ginger, was, you just want to be more aware so you can react, right? So with that being said, there's reacting and there's responding. Rosalind, does that resonate? Because you and I have been
there, right? Yes.
So Ginger, because I want you to talk about it, Rosalind, but Ginger, so react versus respond is what we're talking about. Because when we react to things, it's quick, right? But when we see what's happening, when we do become more aware and when we look at what's happening, we can allow space to respond to it versus react.
Okay.
React is so fast. Okay. So do you want to talk a little bit, Rosalind, about what you
Okay. So, So just to make a long story short, me and my husband had a disagreement. We were just arguing back and forth. And so since that day, which was about a month ago, I shared with Andre what was going on, and he sort of told me the difference between reaction and responding, and he hit it right on the nose. We actually were reacting to each other, which meant we weren't even listening to each other. I mean, I was interrupting him, he was interrupting me, and so it's a quick thing as opposed to responding, like listening. And one of the things that I learned was when I disagree with my husband, I listen. I say, you know what, I appreciate what you're saying, but I wait for him to say what he has to say, and then I respond. And another important thing is, when you're communicating, you're not communicating to a person, you're communicating with a person, and that helps immensely. And since 4 weeks ago, we've learned to communicate more effectively, and we haven't had a disagreement in like a month or so. So just that, the whole concept of reacting as opposed to responding is it is amazing in all aspects of my life, business-wise and personal and in my marriage. So I really appreciate that, Andre, you differentiate that for me.
Oh, you're so welcome, so welcome. Ginger, does that help a little bit?
It does, because I think I most of the time I respond, especially I'm at a job right now that I am grateful to have because I'm getting an income, but I honestly can't stand it. And I react to a lot of things that go on instead of responding. And you just opened something up right now, because maybe I should just try to. I'm still a little stuck with that, but I do see that there is a difference, and at least that's a start for me.
And that's good. And then you also mentioned that. Okay. You also mentioned that, about the thoughts and, the reacting and all of that. So I also wanted to say, and I've been through this with, several of you, is thoughts, your feelings. Let's talk about feelings for a second. Feelings and emotions, because those things, right? There's a whole lot with those. And I think what I've shared with, some of you individually is, from my perspective, right, your thoughts and your feelings are just indicators. That's it, right? They're just indicators. They let you know if you're feeling good, and you let you know if you're feeling bad. So in other words, if I'm feeling bad, whatever I'm doing, I need to stop doing. And if I'm feeling good, whatever I'm doing, I need to keep doing. So I really look at my feelings and my emotions as indicators, almost like cell phone notifications, right? So it's like almost my, I got a notification on my phone, Aunt feeling bad, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Choose a different thought, choose a different feeling versus reacting to how I'm feeling. So you see, reacting to how I'm feeling or reacting to the emotions that I feel, how really, you can't really get a whole lot out of that anyway, a whole lot of good out of that. So it's really about, you're feeling, they're just indicators, So with that being said, you also said something else, and I wrote down an example of it, about the inspired action and reacting and all of that. So if you are inspired to lead, you being plural, right, even people outside of this call, if you inspired to leave a situation, why do you stay? It's control, right? If we just call it for what it is, control. So if I'm inspired to leave, because I think about it every day, I know in my heart of heart, this is not it anymore, right? It was, and I appreciate that, but it's not anymore. So I am inspired to leave, however, I still stay. Why? Fear, right? Control. All those things. And, of course, that's upstream. That's against the current. You can't go with the flow and not move when you're inspired to move. Because we all know. That's why I appreciate the coaching process, because we all know. And it's my job to help you guys realize that you know. But we all know. So the question becomes, again, in any situation, whether it's business, whether it's relationship, whether it's personal, whether whatever it is, if you're inspired to leave, why do you stay?
I know, right?
Okay, so we'll let that marinate, right? But it's the thing.
I know.
If we answer this, and I know this is resonating with you because I feel it too. If we say it's because of fear, we know we can't say that out loud, right? Not in this setting because we all know better than that, right? But fear, okay, so fear, because I won't even let you go down that road, right? I'll let you get the words out, but then we're gonna have to clean it up. So
right,
that's that, or well, I just don't know, or I'm just, because it is fear control, and we know that neither one of those are the answer. No, neither one of those can help us create the reality that we want, period. Because, and really, if you think about it, that speaks to step 2, which is what? Believe. Because if I'm scared and I want to try to control it, I really don't believe. I can't believe if I'm scared and fearful and all those things. And this is the beauty, too, and Jenny, you and I have been through this, in our last session, is life causes you to act. And I appreciate this so much. And I don't know that we talked about it, but life causes you to ask automatically if you think about it. So there's positive in everything, because my whole thing is I appreciate this happening because this is so not what I want, right? But however, it helped me to get crystal clear about what I do want, and when I get clear, I'm automatically asking. So life causes you to ask. You don't even have to try to ask. It causes you to ask.
I know one thing about I read where, not everything works for your benefit, good or bad, because if you're using the law of attraction, it helps you get clarity. So when things that you don't want in your life, now you know exactly what you do want. And so you focus positively on that. Now, is there no work around that? Yes, there's work around trying to do it. For me, it's not as easy as saying it, but I'm working on that for that to turn that around. And I hope you all notice that when I say something negatively, I do try to flip that around on a positive note, because I do believe that words are powerful.
Mm-hmm. And I would say this. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm done.
So I would say this with you, Ginger, I appreciate you so much. And what you just said, and you actually said a few times, is, I'm working on it. You'll say it's hard or it's challenging, but I'm working on it, which I really, really appreciate, right? But then, however, the question becomes, how do we stop working on it, right? Because if we're working on it, does that not take to control? Understand that I'm challenging you, I'm pushing you. You guys know how I do. So is that not control? So how do we stop working on it? Because you can't be in the flow downstream and be working on it. You just can't. So working on it means I'm going to choose to go upstream, period.
Okay, so what should I be trying to do? How should I, go ahead and explain it to me because I want to understand that.
Okay, no, it's okay. So I can't stand my job, right? But I do believe that the other one is coming. My new job is coming. So really what I'm doing, if I'm you standing in your physical shoes, right, if I'm you, I'm focused on, regardless if I realize it or not, I'm focused on how much I can't stand my job. I'm not focusing on the excitement of the new one coming.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So you really have to kind of check. I say this all the time too. You have to check your subconscious because really your subconscious is more powerful than your conscious anyway. So you have to kind of check what's in your subconscious because words don't teach anyway. It's the experiences that teach.
Mm-hmm.
Words don't teach. I mean, all of these things are resonating with you, but it's when it happens, right? When you have a story to tell, when life causes you to share an experience that becomes a part of your story, it's really what it is. So really, this is sharing, but words don't teach. So I would say check the subconscious because when you really get to that place, Kendra, when you really get to that place, you won't have to ever say again how much you don't like your job or how much you can't stand your job. You won't talk about that. I mean, and if you do it sounds really different because if I was in a different place where you are, but in a different place at the same time, I probably would say, I'm thinking right now. The situation that I'm in right now is it just really doesn't resonate with me, right? And one thing that I'm grateful for is that I'm becoming something new, and because of the person that I'm becoming, this no longer fits. So I'm excited about the growth, right? And I do know that something that fits is coming because it has to. Because if I'm becoming one different, I can't stay in a place that don't fit. Because if I if I force myself into a place that don't fit, I will eventually pop out. I have to. That's how it is. You try to put a nut on a bolt that don't fit. Oh, it'll hold it together for a minute, but what's going to happen? It's going to pop out because it doesn't fit. It may take a minute, but it's going to come out because it don't fit.
So basically, if I say something that I may, if I'm noticing that something that doesn't fit with me, like my job, I should be just saying more things like, this doesn't fit, so I know automatically because it doesn't fit. Something's coming that's better. And that's how I should be sounding.
Right, so focus on, to go on what you're saying, focus on the opposite of what you're feeling. See, that's a feeling thing again,
Right.
Focus on because this is the thing, if what you wanted was what you're talking about, then it'll be what it is already, right? So why focus on what is? We can't focus on what is because if it is already, then the energy behind it wouldn't even be there. So, and I've never even said this out loud before. I've never even thought this before, but it's resonating with me, is if something doesn't feel good, I focus on the opposite of it, right? That makes sense.
Okay, so if something doesn't feel good, like what are your strategies to help bring you to that point? Do you know what I mean? Like I know for me, like sitting at work, I mean I can't be anywhere else yet, So I know you told me to write down things, every time something that I don't like happens, pay myself for it. Like write down in a journal, I just got paid $20 because,
just say it for what it is. Somebody pissed me off. Right.
Huh?
And you know what? I have an affirmation, Andre. This is sort of, I think we talked about this the last time in our session. It's just about your mind and things that are that you don't want it to be. So I have this affirmation that I'm using every day. Never mind whatever it is. Imagine the way you want it to be, so that your vibrations will match up with your desire. Okay. So I say that every day, all day. I'm like constantly like, if something happens the way I don't want it to be, I say, you know what, never mind what it is. And I just imagine what I want it to be. And until that vibration is matching up to what I want it to be, I'm just going to keep doing that. And that has helped me, and I have also given that, me and my husband, do affirmations every day. So that has really helped. has helped tremendously.
Yeah, Andre, this is Antea. I can second to what the lady who was just speaking said. I practice the same thing, and I just try to only speak about what I want and not about what I don't, and only focus on what you want. And
exactly.
That's one thing that I was struggling with until I saw this lady on Instagram, and it was similar to the one we're having now. And she was just saying, you know, most people, we practice the law of attraction, but in practicing what we want, we say, I want this, but I have this, and you only see what you can see. So you have to try to cut that butt off and only focus on what you want. Only speak what you want and just live and walk that life.
Oh, I love that, because I don't say but anymore. I'm like, cut the butt out. Yeah, I love that.
Right.
And if you're going to add a but, say but. If you're going to add a but, always say but God, right? I am where I am.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Right. So if you're going to add a but God if I were you, because I went through that. You know, and I still do it. But because my thing is.
What did you say, add a but what?
A but God.
Okay. But
what? Oh, okay.
But God, think about it. So if you're going to add a but say but God, right? Because that cancels everything for real.
Right.
That cancels everything for real. You know, so if you're going to add a but God, and you're still going downstream, and you could ever be if you add that, right? So let me try to sum it all up, what you were saying, and I hope this resonates too. Anything that you could see with your physical eyes is subject to change.
Agreed.
Think about
it.
So my thing is, I am where I am, and it's okay, right? So, and I'm so happy that I am where I am, because now that I am where I am, I know where I want to be. So me being exactly where I am has offered me so much clarity as it relates to what I want to be. So I'm thankful for that, right? Because it's temporary. Because anything that you see with your eyes is subject to change, and it will change, right? That's the only thing that's constant. So we can't really get out of shape on what is, right? What seems to be our current reality, because it is not real anyway. Or if it is real to some people, it's temporary. There's no way that it can't be temporary.
Right. I believe it, because I know in the past I had been using it wrong, but using law of attraction wrong when I was just trying to first learn it. You know, I had concentrated on a car that I didn't want. I'm like, I'm definitely not going to get a silver 2-door car. I can't. Guess what I got?
Right. Well, you would have had to.
And I said to myself, I don't want to work at a job where there's a lot of women. Guess what?
Well, of course, right? So
yes, and now I'm telling you, maybe it's real. Like no one's going to tell me that there's nothing to it, because there is something to it. There is something. So I got to try it. I got to try what you guys are talking about. I'm going to just start seeing things positively, and everything I see is subject to change for the better.
Right.
I'm trying it out.
Well, it's subject to change, period. So let me clean that up a little bit, because it is subject to change, yes. And I do know, because I know what I know now, that it's going to follow my thoughts, right? It's going to follow my feelings. So I know that it's subject to change. Oh, here we go. This is good. I know that it's subject to change, and I know that I have the power to change it with my mind. That's
right.
deep,
Okay.
Right? So, see, it's not even about action, because I can change this with my mind.
Right.
Really, I can. It's not about what I do, unless I'm inspired to do it. And it's not about figuring out how to change it. I will think a different thought, which means I will feel a different feeling, which means my reality will change.
Right.
So, in other words, we're working way too hard. We're doing too much. If you think about it, we're doing way too much. It's not even that. It's not that difficult. It's not. Well, I can't say that it's not that difficult. It is. It could be less challenging.
Yes. I think when you're trying to break old habits is where the challenge may come from. But, you know, as you keep working on it and you keep getting the instruction right, to do it right, we're going to all make it.
Right. And see, you and I appreciate everybody sharing, right? And because what you just said was really powerful in itself, because, and what I want to kind of pull out of it is, breaking old habits. So let me break that down. So I'm doing things that I used to do that no longer works for me, right? And I realized it. So you know what? I'm so grateful the fact that now I know, because when I was doing it before, I didn't even know I was doing it. It was just a habit. But the fact that I know and now I want something different has to come so I can stand where I am in my current reality with ease. Think about it.
Okay.
I know I say a lot, right? I know I do. But that makes perfect sense, because the fact that you now know changes the game already. You just have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, see that whole challenging piece and the whole hard thing, we do that. We think it is because we connect the thought to an action. We connect the process to the words and all those things. But it's not. The fact that you now know and the fact that you've gotten clear that what was is not what's going to be, all you really have to do is wait.
Mm-hmm.
Really. And just stop doing that. That's all you have to do is stop doing it. So it's not about really trying to figure out what to do. If you stop doing that, your boat will turn and you'll go downstream. Because doing it is what's keeping you where you are. So if I stop doing it, then the universe or God will push me in the direction I want to go. So see, it's not about figuring out what to do.
All right, this is important to me. What did you say? Stop doing what?
Whatever it is. So whatever the old habit is not about figuring out what the new habit is. See this, and that's why it seems challenging, and that's why it seems hard if we chose those words. It's not even about that. It's not about trying to figure out what to do. Now, let's try to follow me. It's not about figuring out what to do. It's about just stop doing what you were doing. Right? Because it's not the new thing anyway. Like, it's not about the new thing. It's the old thing, because the old thing is keeping you in the old place. So if I stop doing the old place, I will move the old thing, then I can't stay in the old place. So I have to worry about stop doing it. Not trying to figure out what to do.
Right, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get some clarity on what you said. So the old thing for me, I guess, or from all of us, would be just our way of thinking, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the old way of negatively thinking. You got to change that way and just think of what the other girl said. Just make everything positive. Just never, don't even say things negative. Just say things positively, and that's making the change on the thought. Right. Right.
I'm
just trying to find a way so I can do it.
Yeah. So I mean, you're absolutely right though, because when you do that, then your reality has to change. So I'm gonna just reflect by what you said. So I've been thinking negative, and because I've been thinking negative, I've been getting a negative result. So, and that's not working for me, right? It no longer fits where I am. I'm no longer interested in even being a part of anything negative. Okay.
Right.
So now I'm just going to start thinking positive thoughts. That's it. Stop there. Not figure out nothing. Because when you try to figure it out, that's why it seems challenging. That's why it seems hard. Stop there. Because if thinking negative thoughts got you there, think about it. You was following. It just became because of where you are. So now that you're thinking positive, it'll just be positive. You don't have to figure it out.
Okay.
So think about it. How does this look? This doesn't even resonate, I'm sure. And I hadn't even said it yet. So I'm in a negative place, and I understand and I take full responsibility that really is my thoughts, my actions, my feelings, all those things got me in this negative place. Now I'm going to think positive. So if I think positive, then I'm going to stay in this negative place. You see how that don't resonate? That don't even make sense.
No, it sure don't.
It don't even make sense, right? And you didn't figure out how to get in the negative stuff. You just thought negative, and your life became what you thought. Okay. I'm sorry. What else?
I just want to ask you, when you were first learning, like, the law of attraction, Andre, was it difficult for you to try to change your thoughts? Because, I'll be honest, I just got to be real. I am finding it, going to say it. It's a challenge for me throughout my day to change those thoughts to positive. I want to so badly think of just positive things to pull me out of it, and sometimes I'm at a loss for a positive thought. Have you ever come across that when you were learning it? You know, and if you did, what strategy or what did you do to just kind of pull yourself out of it? Like today, like I was feeling really low. I'm like, you know what? When I was parking my car in the parking lot this morning for work, I said, I'm going out after work for a little cocktail, for one little drink. And I did it, and it pulled my spirits up. And I feel a lot better because I haven't been out in a while. So, I mean, I think that for me is taking an inspired action, and it helped me. That right there is going to help me bring some more positive thoughts. But I wondered if you had any other ideas to keep your mind on a positive stream, because when you are living what you created, which is maybe a negative place at the moment, how do you change that? Like what steps? Like, because it's for me, it's hard. I got to say it. It's hard sometimes to photograph positive. You know.
So I'm going to help you. Okay. So see, again, what I'm hearing is, again, I'm still hearing action. Okay. So we'll get there in a second. That's what I'm hearing. But I'm gonna start with the beginning. The question that you asked about the thoughts, like how do I start thinking thoughts positive when I'm thinking in negative thoughts? See, that's still action. But I'm gonna tell you what helped me, because that was the initial question. Is first I would say you don't have to think it. What does that mean? So what helped me so much when I was learning it, this is how I'm gonna put it. You don't have to think every thought that comes to your mind. So my thing to you is just to not think the negative. Don't force yourself to think something positive. But my thing is, if a thought comes to my mind even right now that I don't want to think, I don't think it.
Right, okay. You see
what I'm saying? So I let it go. Like, see, that's
right, okay. I know what you mean by that. Okay.
Okay, and that's what Rosalind was saying earlier about, when we were in that space about choosing your thoughts. It's not about having to force myself or to change it. See, that's action again, right? To change it from negative to positive. It's about me knowing that something just came to my mind that I don't want to think, so I'm going to choose not to think it. I don't have to think it. Right? Okay. It takes 17 seconds. It takes 17 seconds for momentum to build. So once you think that thought, which is negative, for 17 seconds, another thought just like that one is added. So I do that. So when I when I want to allow myself some space, honestly, when I allow myself some space, or when I'm talking to somebody, that's why I talk so fast, right? So even when I do have to go there with someone or share that space with someone, I talk fast. Or even if I'm just in here by myself and I think something, I know that as long as it's not 17 seconds, I'm cool. Right? So so that's why I process fast too, because I may let it flow intentionally so that I could see what it is, but then I stop thinking it because I don't have to. Like, I could stop. So that's like the big picture, right? That's the big picture. But what will help you too, I mean, to turn on music, right? So whatever you like to do, to turn on music. So that's the thing. So a thought comes, and you know that it's not one to be thought, so you say, okay, well, I don't want to think that, so it goes away. However, it keeps coming back. So then at that point, then I will put on some music, or I will listen to a video. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's not about switching it and trying to make it anything. It's just like, I see this keeps coming back. So what can I do? And for me, what helps is music and videos.
And I agree, Andre. You told me that same thing, and when I'm thinking, I mean, because they happen, negative thoughts are going to happen. So like you said, acknowledge it. But what I personally have been doing, and it's been working, I have been doing so much personal development. Like I have, SoundCloud and Audible, Audible.com on my phone. And if I'm in the space where I keep getting a negative thought and I'm trying to reset it, I'll just input positive stuff in. And just do that for a half hour, in the morning or in the night, at night. So I'm constantly inputting positive stuff and try to, the TV is just, you watch TV for an hour, just negativity all up in your space. So I try not to do that, but just so I just try to input as much as I can. If I get anything negative, I just try to input with, scriptures, affirmations, and a lot of, like Andre said, videos. So I agree with that. And that's helped a lot.
I'm going to try that then. I mean, like music, definitely. You got to listen to the right music, too.
Oh, yes. Yes. Gospel is always good.
So, if you know on that email, if I could just share, on that email, if remember when I said to you, I would listen to the videos or the audios as soon as you get off.
Right.
Like they will already be ready in my car because I've been through that too, and that was real for me. And I was, kind of happy to be able to share that. But that's what I had to do. So by the time I got home, I was already in a different place.
Okay.
Because you can't feel negative and positive at the same time. You can't be inspired and negative at the same time. None of that works. So my thing is, okay, so while I'm waiting, it's okay for me to realize that this current situation, which is the job that we can't stand if I just didn't pay attention to the words that I chose, right? The job that I can't stand, although the reality is it sometimes get the best of me, I'm prepared though, right? So see how that feels good? That feels good to me. I'm prepared because as soon as I get in my car, all I know is I'm not taking it home. It's not going to be in. So if I have to sit in the car for 10 more minutes to finish this, it's not going inside with me.
Okay.
I love it. I have all kinds of CDs in my car. Yes.
Yeah.
We call it Drive Time University. Yep.
Yeah. I've been there. Because I used to drive an hour to work, and I would do it, the same thing I offered you, then I would do it in the morning because it built me up. So my thing is, what would normally affect me in a negative way, let's connect the two, right? You got to put on the armor of God, right? See, the Bible says everything. You got to put on the armor,
sure
right?
Does.
What's the armor? What's your armor? The armor is the word. The armor is listening. The word is reading. It's preparing for the world, right? So when I leave, anything outside my house is the world because we can't control other people, right? We just can't. So I'm going to build myself up. I'm going to be at 100, and my goal is to stay at 100. However, because of my current situation, I may leave at about 45. However, when I get in my car, I know that I'm going to be back at 100 before I get home. I hope that helps.
It does. It helps. I think, I'll take away, like, things do come across your mind. You don't have to dwell on it. It takes 17 seconds. So if it comes across, I can choose to think of something positive, and the tools I use can be music or videos. On my breaks, I can go in my car and listen to some, to some YouTube, some of the videos that you sent me. There's ways to work it. It's like you just got to retrain what you do, basically. To just work in a different way.
Which is powerful in itself. What you just said is powerful in itself because if you do something different, there's no way that you could get the same result. And we all know that.
Right.
But you just said it in a different way. So you cannot do something different, especially if it's on the more positive side, the negative side, and get the same result.
Right.
That's impossible, right? It's just impossible to do. So see, I want you guys to know that this is the work. This is the work right here. This is the work. The thinking is the work. The talking, the co-creating is the work. The action stuff is not really the work that we have to do. It's really not. It's inspired, and don't get me wrong, there are steps that we have to take and there's things that we have to do, but they will be inspired and they'll be fun because if it's not fun and doesn't feel good, I will not recommend doing it. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Within your normal day, if you change one thing, everything else has to change because you're not doing everything. You're not doing the same thing over and over again. So if you change something, especially if it's for the positive, it's got to change. It's just almost like the law of physics. Right?
It is, and it's big. It's right, and it's bigger than us. And I'll tell you what I do, and I know this will be right. This will resonate with all of you. Is see, we get into these patterns, right? It's even though you go to the grocery store, you go to Walmart or something, it's really about finding the closest parking lot, right, or the parking spot. Or, you know, how Walmart has two entrances. Like, I go in this one because I'm going to get food because and the food is on this side, so it makes sense. If the food is on this side, I'm going to get the closest parking space. And just, you know, I'm making this up as I go, right? But what if I park all the way out, right? See, I do it intentionally. What if I park all the way out? Because if I park all the way out, you never know who I'm going to meet on the way. But I'm not going to go through this door. I'm going to go through this door. I'm going to change the pattern so the result will change. As a matter of, you go the same way to work every single day. Okay, well, go.
I change it. I do exactly what you're saying. Like, because I'm like, well, what can I change in my day? And I've been doing it. Like, I tried driving a different way. I leave at a different time in the morning. You know, yeah.
So
I thought I was doing that wrong, but I'm doing it right. Okay.
You are doing it right. Just a little thing. Okay. Brittany, you've been quiet. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. My phone was on mute. I was listening to everything that was going on. I was enjoying the conversation.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say, or are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, that's my baby because I love her with my whole heart. The whole thing. So I just have to check on it. So how you ladies feeling?
Wonderful.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel like I got some tools to work with.
Antea, you good?
Change things up.
Antea, are you still there? Somebody had to drop off, I see. Okay, so did you ladies find this helpful?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Good. So I really want you guys to just invite more people, right? I mean, invite more people.
Okay.
And it's inspired because you never know who somebody else might meet that's a person you need to network with, right? Or you just never even know how your story is going to affect someone else. You see how the work is easy? You see what I'm saying? And it could be fun because all we're doing is trying to get more people on because we know it's a setup. We don't know how, right? We don't know, and that's not our job, right?
Right.
So you see, we just make it fun when we can make it fun. That's it. So it's not like it's, trying to make somebody get on because controlling anybody else is not what we're trying to do. No. This is something that inspires me, and I just know based on who you know or, how much I know about you, this is something that you will enjoy. But you never know, and I promise you, watch what happens out of it, though, right? Because somebody's going to hear somebody's story and just be crazy, or somebody's going to connect outside of the call and all of that. This is set up. See, because that causes you to do things differently, which causes a different result. I don't know. I have no expectations. That's why I didn't write anything down.
Wow.
If I would have wrote it down, I would have. I'm just sharing, right? If I would have wrote it down, the first word I would have put is welcome, right? I would have said welcome. Okay. I would have said thanks. And see, I didn't do any of that. So, and you guys know my heart, right? So I didn't say, welcome to the call. Let's see how it is when you structure it, because that's what I would have did. I know if I would have wrote it down, the first thing would have been welcome. So I would have just said, okay, I have to make sure that I welcome everybody to the call. That's not what happened. I just got on it, right? I'm so grateful that you got me here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, right? So I just leave home.
Right. This was helpful because I can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes.
It was helpful for me because, to hear how other people are trying to be more positive. And I like I said, I've learned some ways, some physical ways on how I should be thinking and reacting or keeping myself positive. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess on a certain level, listening to music makes you happier or doing this, but when you feel like a negative thought, change it and use one of these tools to help keep it at bay.
Right.
So, I mean, it was helpful for me.
Right, and my thing is get a buddy because you and Rosalind would be a great buddy. Just to kind of check in because Rosalind she's kind of ahead of you in the coaching process, right? So a lot of the things that we talked about, as she heard you say, I know she would say, "Oh, I know what that's like. I know what that's like."
Absolutely. especially about the thoughts. Like, how do you do that? And it sounds like, wow, that sounds like she said challenging, but after a while, I'm telling you, it just becomes just a part of who you are. And as a matter of fact, if I can just share, we went to lunch today with my daughter and my husband, and my husband was, he just said, like, Mommy's like magic, and he's like, we gotta get that CD, we gotta get the book, the The Secret, because I was telling them the secret is just to have fun. So they were like, wow, and just my whole outlook on life. He also said, let that guy Andre, I need to go ahead and send him a bonus check, because I've become a better everything. I could have become a better mom, a better wife, and just a better person in general. And I just been feeling good. And I was having trouble with the whole. I mean, that's a long time. A whole trouble with the Monday. I just had trouble with Monday. Now it's just like I wake up every day and I just have good days no matter what. And just some of the techniques you told me to do. And so this coaching, it's an amazing process, and I'm excited about it. Yeah.
And I tell you, Rosalind's life has changed. I mean, and Rosalind, I tell you this all the time, because even when I think about the first session that we had, the first session was, well, I don't even know what I want to talk about, blah, blah, all the stuff, right? And then once we got it going, and then we had a few sessions, and then it was like, it's all good. Like, we just want to talk, right? We just want to share. And then there's a lot of co-creation, which causes elevation in our conversations. But it's like, I don't really have anything particular I want to talk about right now. So it really happened with her so fast, And I'm low-key expecting that check. I'm using my mind to get that bonus check, just so you know.
I'm going to tell him that, too.
Oh, you don't have to tell him, because I don't figure out how I'm going to get it, but it's going to come from him. And I already wrote that.
I love it.
So. But no, tell him, though. Be inspired. No, so good. Well, I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of you, and all of you know that you can contact me at any time. But I do want to get people on. Just think about it. It's the foundation, and we all were chosen, and that's the part that I'm grateful for the most. Because think about it. I met you guys on Instagram, and I met not even wow. I met either any of you live, and even Antea, I think she had to go because she's not here. I met her the same way. It was actually Facebook.
Wow.
So you see how if you really think about it, though, we're getting what we asked for. The part that should resonate is we didn't figure out how, right? We're talking. We don't even know each other really, 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 but it's working.
Right.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? We didn't know, but really, I bet if you really think about it, this moment that's happening right now, you thought about it before. You did.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was, I just want a good group of people that get me. I just want a good group. I just want to talk to some like-minded individuals. I just want some people that can motivate me. Whatever it sounded like that for all of us. So we wouldn't be.
Right. Like-minded individuals.
You see? So
that's why actually I try to stay around people now and who are like-minded or are more positive. Negative people I kind of leave alone.
Right, but do you get my point, though? See, we all had to think of this moment in order for it to be a part of our current reality and before all of us can share it. Because one thing that we can't do is attract other people. We can't do that, which is a good thing, right? Because I don't want nobody attracting for me. You don't know what I want, not for real. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if we're going to be really real about it, you don't know what I want. You think you know me and you don't. So I really don't want anybody attracted for me, right? So that's a good thing.
Right.
So in order for us to share this moment, we all had to think about it before and feel about it before we had to. So I would just encourage you to just think about it. Make the connection, right? Make the connection offline about, okay, I get it. I remember I used to say that all the time, how I just wanted to be around positive people. Okay, well, here you go, right? Because there's no way it could not have happened. So then you can say, I did that. You did it.
Very true. Matter of fact, the way you said like-minded people, I was speaking to someone else today, and it says, he said to me, you know what, you need naysayers, leave them alone. You need to be around like-minded people. Honestly, that is exactly what he said to me, like the words like-minded.
So maybe.
You see, and this is the thing, not to cut you off, but you see how there was no work involved or nothing that seemed like work. You dialed the number, you texted me back and said, oh, absolutely, 7 o'clock, okay, yes. It felt good, and that's my point. It just is. It just is. It just is. And so it just is. I can't say that enough. It just is. And you know what it is because it feels good. And you don't have control. And you know you don't have control. And you're not trying to control it. Well, I appreciate you. I wanted to stay right at the hour mark. We're at an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I just want to hear, like, the biggest takeaway real quick, and then we'll be good to go. So somebody's biggest takeaway?
I'll start. Biggest takeaway is, I've learned some tools where, I know certain things, but I didn't have the tools to try to change to positive thoughts. And I'm walking away with a way to keep myself positive that I'll be doing. I have some tools. I'm going to do it. I took away that I don't have to make things happen. I just have to keep my thoughts on what I want and stay positive about it, and things are going to happen regardless, and change things from my norm, what I do all the time, just change one little thing a day, and it has, it's a law of physics is going to change. Something different going to happen. And being that I'm on a positive wavelength there, it's going to be a good thing. That's what I'm taking away.
Right. And I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. I want to add this to it, too, because I really want everybody on this call to start really connecting their own dots, right? Because I'm connecting yours, right? And I connect you guys dots. So the dots, what I'm talking about is life. Feel me when I say this. I'm going to try to go slow, even though I talk fast. Life calls you to ask for the tools, regardless if you know it or not. It calls you to ask for the tools. That's what I'm saying. You don't really have to ask with words because, okay, now I've connected with Andre. We're doing this whole coaching thing. Everything's feel good. I want to get better, and I'm getting better. I really want to get better, but I just need tools. Like, I need more. I want to know more. So, see, you ask regardless if you spoke it or not. And now you just walking away with that. That's your biggest takeaway. You see what I'm saying? Hello?
I'm still here. Andre?
Okay. Hold on. Is anybody else here?
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know what happened.
Ginger's texting me, so she probably got dropped off or something.
Oh, okay, because I'm not sure what happened. I thought I was dropped too. Okay.
She took my call like that.
Hello?
Hey, Ginger.
Okay.
Yeah, I got disconnected somehow.
Oh, that's okay.
I didn't hear what you said, but...
Oh, and I don't even know if I can repeat it because all my words are expired, so let me try. No, it's okay. It's okay. I was saying that I just really want all of us to connect our own dots, right? So I really want us to start paying attention and being more aware of what's happening because I would say that life calls you to ask, regardless if you knew you were asking or not. It's like, okay, now I'm getting it. I'm beginning, and it's a little challenging, but I'm getting it, right? So what I need is more tools to help me understand, right? So even if you didn't speak the words, you felt like you needed more. And what I'm saying to you, what you needed is now your biggest takeaway. It always happens. You think about it. So I just want to offer you that.
Okay.
Rosalind, what you take away?
And for me, this is just confirmation that I am moving forward and I'm doing the right things. And so, like you said, I'm a little bit further along than others as far as I can ask and, I believe that I'm going to receive it. But for me, I am still waiting. The waiting part is still where I need to keep working on, and I'm going to do that. And so, like you said, just when things are going well, to just in that space where things are going well, to just be clear on other things that I want. So I've been doing that as far as as far as being clear on what's next and just keep moving forward. And I love this environment that we're in because it just, it lets me know that there's other people like me that want to, like you said, want to get to the same place that I'm trying to get to. And so this was great. So I look forward to being on the calls in the future.
Good, and I appreciate that. So the one thing that I would add to yours is, so the waiting is what it was. So you said that's where the opportunity lies, is with waiting. So, and I don't want you to overanalyze this, but this is something that I do. I just, what is it about where I am or what I'm thinking or feeling that's stopping the flow? What is it about where I am that's keeping it from me, right? Because there's always something. So for me, it's because I really don't believe it. I really don't. So, but see, there's beauty in that too, right? Because if I think, okay, well, this is going to happen, but what's keeping me from it? Because if I was totally in tune with it, it would already be here. Think about that. So what is it about me, or what is it about where I am or my thought process that's keeping it away from me? And truth is, I really don't believe it. I want to believe it because all the things that I'm learning, I really want to, but I don't, right? So then the question becomes, okay, so what will help with that? You know what? I'm going to just let it go. The moment you let it go.
Wow.
Because think about it, and that goes back to, I give just another example, we've all heard this. It's easier to find a job when you have a job. Why? Because you don't really care. You know what I'm saying? There's not a whole lot. I have to. Right? So it's easier to find a job when you have one. Why? Because you have that fallback. You just want something better. It's not like the bills have to get paid. You know what I'm saying? You're down to the wire, the bills have to get paid. Because there's a lot of resistance in that. That's why it's not happening, because there's a lot of resistance in it. I need. Need is lack. So all you're attracting is more lack. Versus I want something better. This is no longer working for me. I want something better. So these are the steps that I'm going to take to create something different for myself. Right? So I can do that with ease. Because if they call, they call. If they don't, they don't. I really want them to, but it's not like I'm checking the email every single day. Because if I didn't have a job, that's what I'd be doing. You see what I'm saying? So,
yes.
So what am I doing that's keeping what I want and what's already mine away from me?
Right.
I'm not.
And then I acknowledge that things take time. It's going to take some time. Like you said, I don't have to re-ask for it. It just takes time.
Yeah, I would recommend not doing that because really what you're saying is I don't believe that I always you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that it's coming. So see, I could shift from I know that it's coming. Now I don't know when, and I'm going to become comfortable without knowing when. Did I say that right? I'm going to become comfortable without knowing. Yeah, it don't sound right, but it's right. So,
exactly.
Good stuff. Well, Brittany, did you want to say anything? You don't have to.
No, I'm just really getting a lot of clarification about a lot of things by listening to the young ladies that already been, listening and talking into you. And I really like what I hear, and I enjoy it, and I look forward to tuning in more often.
Good. Okay,
I'm very shy. Y'all have to forgive me. I don't like to talk like that.
It's okay.
That's fine.
We love you anyway. Okay, does anybody have anything else?
No, I'm good.
I think I'm good for now. I'm going to go out and see how it all works.
Okay, good. Like I said, I want to encourage you guys to just invite somebody, even if it's one other person. It's all about sharing. It's all about, and it feels good to want somebody to get what we're getting, right? To receive what we're receiving. So it's also, just invite somebody else and just let them know. It's just real. It's unplugged, and it's just who we are. We're just sharing, co-creating, and shifting because you can't walk away from this not feeling good. So instead of trying to focus on continuing to feel good, just ride the wave because you're already going downstream. That's one thing that I can guarantee. The cause will help you to go downstream. So I would just say stay in it. And then you will also know when you're no longer in it. Just awareness, that's all. See, we don't want to overcomplicate anything. It's just awareness.
Right.
Right. That's
all.
all.
That's just the thing.
Because now I know.
I'm going to learn it.
Huh?
I'm going to learn it. You know, it's basically, I think I've been in it, in that flow a few times, just don't always recognize it. That's my goal, is to recognize when I'm in it and just keep myself in that flow, going downstream, so to speak, as you say, for good things to happen. It's just, for me, I think I'm also taking away just a way to try to be more into myself, not trying to understand myself more and be aware of what I do.
Oh, see, that's so powerful. It's so powerful. I'm not going to go all the way in because I want to let you ladies go. It's so powerful because, again, the question that I posed to Rosalind, what is it about me? What is it about where I am that's keeping the things that I want away from me? And what Ginger's saying is, I don't even know myself as well as I want to know myself. Oh, well, that'll keep a whole lot of things away, right? But it's okay. I am where I am, and it's okay. But I'm just so glad that I know now. Because how can I get all these things if I don't even know who I am? The way that I want to know me.
That's very true. I don't.
That'll keep a whole lot of things away. Because, okay, I want another job, and even though that's not what you're focused on, I can't stand this job, I can't stand this job, I can't stand the job. But I don't even know where I am, who I am as it relates to where I am right now. So I don't really even know what fits. Okay, well, nothing can come if we don't know what fits.
Wow, you're very nail on the head. Because I don't even know what I wanted to. You're right.
Well, that's why you ain't getting nothing. If I could just use improper English, right? That's why.
Yeah.
Think about it. If confusion is in your head, you get more confusion. Right. If confusion is in your head, you get more confusion. Right.
Okay. You're breaking up a bit, but
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I just said if confusion is in your head, that's what you get. You get more confusion. So, see, I mean, you just really, it's so powerful. Like, I don't even know. I want to know myself better. So I'm glad that, here we go, follow me. I'm glad that life had caused you to want to get to know yourself better. See how good that feels? And now I realize that it's been me that's been keeping everything away. So to Rosalind,
I agree.
So really, I'm connecting Rosalind dots too, because that was time. Well, it's not really about time, because time is an illusion. I'm not really ready for it. So how do I get ready for it? It's not about time. Time is an illusion, right? Time was created by man to identify seasons, really.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, really. You know what I'm saying? What time you got to be to work? It's not that serious.
Right.
So you see, I'm really trying to lighten up everything, seriously, but to connect both of you. So what are we doing to keep what we want away? That's all. It's it. That's just it. And you're getting it. And that's what I love about what we're doing in the process, because it's all being revealed without us trying. All we're doing is talking and sharing.
Right.
It feels easy. That means we're in the flow. So.
Well, no, you're definitely to moderate, because you may be talking and sharing and feeling, but not always completely understanding it until you clarify some things.
Yep.
And that's what's needed for me. Because, like, I've had these thoughts, of course, but to kind of figure out how to use it or what to do, that's where you're coming in. It's like, you know, I need that. I really do need that direction. So, yeah, I do need to figure out what is it about me. I'm getting in the way of myself, I guess. And I've heard people say that. Get out of your own way. I guess that's what I got to learn to do.
Yeah. And I want to end with this. I want you to, and everybody on the call, to try to take those words out of the vocabulary, which is I got to figure it out.
Okay.
You have to find
Take it out of the... Take it out?
I just don't want you to say it anymore. I don't want you to say it anymore.
Okay.
Because what you're saying is I have to figure out how. You know, that's what we've been saying is not only will the hows be revealed, the hows are being revealed. Your biggest takeaway is the how. It was revealed to you without you asking with your mouth.
I don't have to figure out anything because it's just going to be revealed.
Right. If it feels good, keep doing it. If it feels bad, stop doing it.
Another thing that I've heard before is follow your bliss.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you have a decision to make, what makes you feel good? Do that.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that without fear. You can't take the fear.
Right.
Okay, that's a whole other conference call. So I'm just going. I'm going to stop because I'll keep going and going and going. I just want to say that I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your time. I so look forward to this being everything that we see in our heads without trying to figure it out, right? Because we don't know. I don't have no expectations. I just want to share, and I have been blessed with the opportunity to do that, right? I just want to be who I am. I've also been blessed to do that, right? I also want to share with the people that matter to me. I'm getting what I want. And I ain't trying to do nothing. I don't know. I didn't write nothing down. I don't know the time. I wanted to keep it at an hour, but so what, right? It's not that hard. It's really not. Okay, so if they have to go down, hang up, it's cool. We want to keep talking. So you know what I mean. So it's not. You just get in the flow and just go. It's easy. It's cool. So thank you. I am forever grateful.
Thank you.
It was really nice talking with all of you ladies.
You too. And I'll hear you guys
meeting you
on the next call.
You too.
Okay.
Be on the next call, everybody.
Take care.
Enjoy it.
All right, bye-bye.
Enjoy your night.
You
Stay in
too.
the flow.
Thank you, Andre.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.